guys. All right. So welcome to Unlock Your First Six Figures Morning Show. I am your host, Shay Cannon. I'm an award-winning fractional chief operating officer to an exclusive clientele of 6- and 7-figure CEOs. However, I have a mission, and that mission includes you, entrepreneurs and small business owners who are spinning their wheels and struggling to get to their first 6 figures in business. I want to show you how to make the money and create time freedom. Let's make the money and create time freedom. My freedom looks like living and working my business from anywhere in the world. I'll spare you the entire journey. However, just know I'm living my best life and working my best business from Mexico. Okay. Now, let me tell you, it all starts with the blog, and Blog Talk has been released. So you know what we're talking about this week, and you know the subtopic that we're talking about today. The blog is at shaycannon.com/change. Okay. /change. Now, one thing I want you guys to know is today we're unexpectedly broadcasting live to my business page because, you know, Zoom, and Facebooky weren't doing right today with the group. So I have shared it into the group. So hopefully our group people can still see it. And the link to join us in studio has not changed from last month. I'm working on it, y'all. We're gonna change it. So keep looking out. But yes, let's get started. What we are talking about is the changing climate of making money. Okay. One thing you will see me do from here on out is really doubling down on service-based businesses, right? I don't prefer product-based businesses as the main focus of a business. Like, we can have a service-based business and have some products, but I don't prefer product-based businesses. So we will be doubling down on service-based because that is where my true brain is, because I have a service-based business, because I tend to research more into service-based businesses. However, I do work inside of product-based businesses, so I do have the knowledge, but as far as keeping up with the trends and stuff, we're going to be doubling down on service-based. Okay. Now, what I have been noticing in getting ready for my business planning and starting my business planning, I don't know about you, but you should always start with market research, right? What is going on? What are the trends? What's happening in the industry of small business? What's happening in the industry that is your niche in small business, right? What's happening with your particular client base, right? What's happening in the world, right? Because the pandemic was a thing not long ago. Now, what was a thing just last year was the recession, right? We're coming out of the recession, but all of these changes bring forth new things. Okay. Now, what we're going to talk about this week is about how these new things are changing the climate of how we make money. Okay. So I picked 4 topics that we're going to talk about this week. And the first one is subscription fatigue. Subscription fatigue. So as you guys know, for a minute, there's subscriptions. People were doing subscriptions to everything, okay? Subscription boxes, subscription services, subscription, right? Now, gone are the days where, like your low-cost gym, where you paid it because it was low, whether you went or not, because you were fooling yourself that you were going to use it, right? That's gone. After the recession, everybody is pinching pennies. They're holding money closer to their chest, and they're trying to save more money. And one of the first things they're looking at is, what are they subscribed to that they are not using? Okay. What are they subscribing to that they are not using? All right. Now, I don't know if you follow me on Facebook, on my account, that you can add me as a friend, right? But just last week, when I was looking at my bookkeeping, I realized that a lot of my SaaS software program platforms were charging me, I'm going to go and tell you, damn near double, right? Hadn't sent a notification, hadn't said anything about, do you want to change plans? Nothing. Something that was $159 went up to $319. Something that was $199 went up to $348. I was like, oh, let me show y'all how y'all about to give me my money back. Okay. So I need you to watch out for this kind of thing. But not only these high price SaaS, but any subscription that you have, right? I know Dr. Tachi, right? Dr. Tachi said, no problem, canceled. Exactly. But some stuff you can't exactly cancel, because on the spot, it would take too much for you to migrate over to a new service, right? So Samcart was one of the platforms I had problems with. increasing their prices without permission. But I got too much in Samcart. I got payment plans in Samcart, all these things. I would need at least a month to migrate that to somewhere else. But guess where your girl is about to go? Thrivecart. Shout out to Leticia Austin. If you want her affiliate link so that you can get a lifetime price for the same stuff Samcart is charging per month, let me know and I'll give you Leticia's affiliate link. So Thrivecart will be my new thing, but I need time, right, to get my stuff migrated. Another one was Active Campaign. Woo, let me tell you how they was about to charge me all that money for 1,000 contacts. And I was like, you know what? I increased my plan last year to 1,000 because I was getting it, right? I had crossed over 500 and I just knew I was going to hit 1,000. But for a year, I've been paying you for 1,000. I haven't reached 1,000 yet. I would like to downgrade to the 500 contact, please, because I've cleaned up my list and now I'm back under 500. So until I'm about to vastly hit that 1,000, I don't want to pay for it. Well, guess what Active Campaign has done? They have gotten rid of the 500 contact plans. Oh, really? Oh, you want to just keep charging me for 1,000 knowing I ain't got 1,000 folks in there? Oh, okay, well, guess what? Guess what I'm going to do? How about I've been a faithful client for 5 years, and how about I'm going to cancel you? I'll go to MailChimp or Constant Contact, and Lord knows I hate them. Demetria, no, I hate them. Me and Demetria used to fuss about that all the time in Content College. But guess what? Amazing how she said, let me see what I can do. And they came up with a 500 contact plan just for me. And guess what it is now? $15 a month. They didn't even charge me by the year like I usually pay. Thank you. So you need to watch out, right? And so the climate right now, not just for you, you're not the only one penny pitching. So are your clients, right? They don't want to pay per month for anything they feel like they're not going to use. Right? They need a return on their all investments. Nobody got money to be wasting these days. Okay. Now let's get into what the answer is. Y'all get it. Subscription fatigue. They tired of it, right? So subscriptions aren't dead, but they damn sure coughing. They coughing. Okay. So the answer to it is what they're calling micro payments. Now on the top, it sounds like we're talking, oh, small payments. We are. But that's not all. You know, we're Gen Xers, we're good at naming things and it makes sense. These other folks, they're not that good at naming stuff. So micro payments are not just small payments. It's pay as you go, right? It's pay as you use. Now, us old school people, what we know is that's on demand. Like y'all ain't doing nothing different. That's on demand, right? But regardless, I need you guys to be thinking about how can I apply on demand to my business model, right? So that I am putting something out there that stands out as I want to help you to make the most of your money, get a return on your investment and not waste money. So before we go around, let me give y'all some examples, okay? Because I know y'all like, wait, on demand, like you just talked about that. My mind can't even go there right now. I got you, no problem, okay? So if you're doing coaching, you can do a pay per session. Okay. I know you have a whole coaching program, right? I know you do, but that coaching program is broken up into phases. You can charge per phase. Okay. Now you can do, if you have coaching that's associated with a course, you can charge per module. Okay. Per module. All right. If you have some type of tool that you're using, let me think of an example of a tool. For example, some of us may be using assessment tools or accelerator tools. You can charge per use of whatever tool you're using on the client's behalf, okay? Per use, right? You may be paying per month for this tool to use it within your entire business, and you're using it sometimes for your clients. You can charge them per use, okay? Another example is if you're consulting, you can do more of a activity-based or task-based fee, right? What exactly am I helping you with? And even though I may not be helping you with the entire journey, what tasks or activities am I helping you with? And can I give you a fee for just that? Okay. Us old school people, we know those are a la carte service options, right? Okay. You can, instead of doing these consulting that is long form or long based, consulting, you can do micro consulting, right? Some of that just mini strategy sessions, some of that, okay, what is your one problem? Let me get you unstuck type stuff, okay? If you do classes, you can do Flexible classes, right? Like instead of paying by the month, maybe they can pay by the class. Now, when I say classes, this is not necessarily attached to a program that has a set class that takes you on journeys. This might just be a class where you're teaching the same thing over and over, which you're reiterating, right? Like it could be a painting class or something like that. Like each time you're doing a different painting, right? You're not necessarily teaching different parts of painting, but you're just painting, right? Per class. Fitness is a great example of that per class flexible model, okay? What about event-specific charges, okay? A part of 2024, my workshop series, you're gonna be able to buy into the series at a lower cost, or you can pay per workshop, okay? Per workshop. So y'all are having events. You might be having them all year long. You might be having them all week long. Okay, what's the daily rate, right? Even these resorts who give you a fantastic time if you stay there, they give you a day pass. How can you give somebody a day pass? Okay. Tiered project milestones, right? What we know is when we're servicing something that is project-based, we go by phases, right? And there are milestones that graduate us out of those phases. Well, we can start charging per phase, right? Because what we know is sometimes people can't afford the entire project, but they might can say, okay, let me start phase 1 and let me pay for that. Then when we finish phase 1, I will have the money for phase 2 and then I can pay for that, okay? So a tiered project charging that like that, okay? If you have something that is a monthly subscription, then how about you give them a pause option? Let me tell you how Shopify made $8 a month off of me during the time I wasn't using that Shopify store for damn near a year, because I went from paying $35 a month supposed to be using it till they let me pause it for $8. Now I couldn't use the store doesn't show up, but guess what, I didn't lose all the design and setup of the store for $8 while I was deciding what I was going to do or ramping back up. So that's something else you can do. How can you pause the subscription? All right, now let me go back through, okay, because you need to be thinking, how are you going to apply on-demand services to your business model? Okay, pay per session coaching, on-demand learning modules, single-use tools, task or activity-based consulting fees, flexible classes, micro consultations, event-specific charges, a la carte services, right? Tiered project milestones, and subscription pause options, okay? Subscription pause options. Good morning, Kimberly. No problem, no problem. Glow said, yeah, she's been in the counseling mood. We all have, right? Because we got to save money. And a part of our business planning is reallocating funds, right? I can't tell you how many things that I have invested in 2023 that I am now reallocating those funds to what I know is a priority for 2024. So your clients are going to be doing the same. It's not just you. Now, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start with Teray. Teray, how are you going to apply on-demand services to your business?
Good morning, ladies. I'm excited about this topic because this is what I've been working on for my 2024 plan. So what I want to do is I wanted to do these, what you're calling the tiered project milestones. Mm-hmm. What I want to do is I want to have workshops all year. But what I'll do is I'll have these 8 or 10 week workshop sessions every 10 weeks. But I'll let them pay for those sessions so they feel like they're not having to do a subscription. I was already thinking about this. So it's like, hey, for 8 weeks, this is what you're going to, by the end of this 8 weeks, this is what you're going to learn. And then the next 8-week session will be a step up from that one. So that'll be that tiered. So that's really what I've been working on. And I'm excited about it. But what I'll also do is if people buy the whole group, that like tier 1, tiers 1, 2, and 3 at one time, they'll get a discount. But then I'll let some people, like you said, have a day pass and be like, hey, you can try out this workshop for 3 sessions for only this much money to see if you like it so that you can commit to the whole, you know what I mean?
I love it. I love it.
So I'm excited about it.
Let me tell y'all how right now, with more and more people shying away from high ticket and us still need to make our money, one of the things I have been talking to my coaching clients about is looking at how can we, I can't say it any better than junkyard your option, right? What is your offer? How can we junkyard it? Which is what we know is people may not want to buy a whole new car, but they'll pay for a part, right? They'll pay for a part. But what we also know is paying for the parts, you end up paying more than you would have ever paid for a car. As you keep paying for parts, you're going to pay more. So people don't want to pay your high ticket price, right? But if you piecemeal out what your offer is and you sell the pieces, when they add them up together, if they were to buy the total pieces, they would have paid more than the high ticket offer, right? So that's what I mean by junkyard, because piecemeal it and sell it to where, again, they pay more if they don't buy the whole thing. So whereas they might not want to pay $5,000 all at once or do a monthly payment on $5,000, they might be willing to pay $500 for each one of the pieces, and you got, 12 pieces. So now they pay more than $5,000, right? So that's what we're looking at. So I want you to think about that and how you can apply it. All right. So Demetra, how are you going to apply on demand to your current business model?
Okay, so we have to backtrack a little, Shay.
Yeah.
Guys, about, I don't know, Shay, about what, 2018, 2019, Shay gave me this challenge of looking at my monthly expenses because, I was ready to retire and we had to get rid of expenses.
Yeah.
Man, my monthly subscriptions were adding up to $1,200 a month. I was like, what the hell? Man,
Yeah.
when I canceled all of that and took the money that I was would have spent and started paying off some other bills, that what allowed me to leave retirement, start retirement a little bit earlier because I got rid of a lot of that debt. So thank you, Shay, for that challenge 10 years ago. It worked. Okay, so what was your question again?
How are you going to implement on-demand services in your business model?
Okay, so you know what? So for tutoring, the signature program is for 12 weeks. And after the 12 weeks, we should see the growth in whatever area of weakness that they were in. The parents are seeing that. It's wonderful. They don't want to cancel. So I'm just going to move now to the portion in which I want to help the parents themselves with the mini workshop courses. So I'm going to stick with mini workshops, 15, 20 minutes long, like a little mini course on a particular topic, and sell it for X amount of dollars and just kind of keep it rolling like that. But just like you're saying, it's a series. And if they would have just bought the bundle to begin with, it would have been less than the a la carte.
Yes, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. All right. Loving it. Loving it. You got a plan. You got a plan. Let's see. Glow moved because she came on camera. Hey, Glow. Look, I don't think the people done seen you in a long, long time. So hey, Glow. How are you going to apply on-demand services to your business model?
Hey ladies. So I was thinking over here more of event. So when I do have events, charge for that, and on demand as far as like with my services, like with me, people wanting to get help with creating a podcast. I still have my same ebook that you actually helped me create in regards with helping them create their own or giving them or starting them basically on their way. They can do it however they want to, but it's just my way of how I started and, charging them for that. Like I've been doing.
Yes, ma'am. And even with you doing locks, right? You know about how long it takes for somebody to need, a retwist or whatever. Like, can they get into some type of program to where, hey, if you go ahead and commit or put your deposit down for the next appointment, right? Then you get it for a little cheaper or something like that. Like piecemeal it out. Even if you don't want to do it cheaper, you can say, I'm gonna bonus you whatever type of thing. Like I might bonus you the jewelry that can go in the hair. I might bonus you some products or something like that.
here's what I was thinking. Okay.
Mhm.
So as y'all all know, is that I am now a full-time entrepreneur now. I don't have a full-time job anymore. So
Yeah.
now it's it's more of like a strategize of how I'm going to basically build up my clientele. And I was talking to my best friend, which I look at her as a mentor as well too, because she's also a loctician as well, and she's been in it for a long time. So I definitely take her advice. And she was like, you know, you need to have specials and stuff. But what I was also thinking in regards with the people that has also been loyal clients, because there's two other girls that's in the shop that does it as well. Like they have a punch card, and with the
Mhm.
punch card, like they get up to like 5 services, and like on a 6 service, they like get it 50% off. Do you think that I would be losing money in regards with giving them 50% off, or do you think that 50% is? I guess that's the same question. Like, do you think like that's too much in regards with giving them
So you
off?
don't always
Okay,
have to
right.
do,
See,
yeah,
thank you,
yeah,
Dr.
you don't always have to do money off, right? Because trying to get the lowest price is a race to the bottom. So you don't always have to give money off. I only give money off if you're doing something long term, and I know I've made a profit off if you coming long term, right? Then I might take something off. So
Okay.
punch cards are okay. And like Dr. Tachi said, you can just make it a lesser amount off. But I'll tell you how what you could do instead of giving them money off, because we all need all of our money, is you give them something else. You might give them, you got t-shirts, it'll cost you nothing to do a t-shirt. You know what I'm saying? My locks are fresh. I don't know, come up with a slogan. Give them some type of product. And again, you could do like when you get your nails done and you get the designs, maybe if you come 5 times out the month, then I will give you a free design type of thing. So you can give like the hair jewelry or anything, say that would cost extra. I don't have locks, I don't know, but what would make a lock design cost extra. That can be what you throw in so that you don't lose money. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, so it doesn't have to be money. In fact, I wouldn't do what they're doing because you're gonna just look like them. I would think of something else that I'll
Right.
stand
I
out.
don't want to do that. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I don't want to look. I definitely don't want to look like them. I definitely do want to stand out, because it's just gonna be like, okay, everybody in the shop doing, what I'm saying, punch cards, and that's something that I didn't want to do. So
Well,
thank
you
you,
can do the
ladies. So
punch cards, you just don't have to do money off. Now, just know when you come up with a good idea, they're gonna come right behind you and do it too. But you can build yourself as the originator, right?
see,
So
and it's another girl in the shop. She has a keychain with her her QR code on it, so they go straight to her website to pull up to actually, they got it on the keychain and go to the website. So, they're giving me ideas, but I just don't want to seem like a copycat. So I
yeah,
appreciate you, ladies.
I mean, you can get a QR code on your apron. Do you wear an apron when you do hair?
I do.
Yeah, you got t-shirts. I mean, you make t-shirts. You can put on a t-shirt. It don't have to be a
I
key
can
ring.
put my
It
own.
just has to be on your person there while you're in the shop. That's all. It don't have to be a keychain.
Bam. I love y'all. Okay. Thank you.
Cool beans. Cool beans. All right. What you got, Teray? You wanted to add something?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, I know, because I've had locks for 21 years. So whenever instead of giving money off, you can add a free trim, because not all people with locks realize that their locks need to be trimmed every once in a while. So that's something that you would charge extra for. But if, after 5 times, if you give them, you know what I mean? You can say, if you come, 5 times within this time period, you get a free trim. You know what I mean? Or you get a free, like, extra time massaging your scalp in the, you know what I mean? Because we all know that salons are rushing through trying to wash your hair, but our locks need more time because they're thick and they're dense. But if you say you get an extra, a whole 10-minute or whole 15-minute.
Don't y'all do like detoxes and stuff?
Right, exactly.
Yep.
So that's another thing. Well, I have to do it so much because I have color and I don't want it to take my color out. But it takes me an hour to wash my hair in the shower. I take an hour. I use different products. I'll sit it on my hair, and while I'm washing or shaving, I'll let it sit, and then I'll rinse it. I'll put something else on, a hair mask, a scalp, whatever, and I'll let it sit. So you can offer stuff like that. You know what I mean? You can add stuff like that just so that, you know what I mean? And then I do a scalp steam. Like I'll do a AC vinegar, I'll drip it all over my scalp, and I'll do a 10-minute steam. And so you can add that because I have a steamer. I bought it just for my scalp, especially because I was diagnosed with alopecia, and so you can advertise that and add that as a service to open up the pores, and you know what I mean, stuff like yeah.
Cool beans.
You can
Yeah,
do it
right.
when you're adding more layers to it. So for the first 5 you get this, for the next 5 you get this. So what is the ultimate thing that they can have? That head massage for an extra 5 minutes? So do it in layers.
Yeah. You can even do a free lunch. They be sitting there a long time, like a free meal. Something like that. I don't know. Add it in there. I love
Like
that. I love all of that.
a VIP thing. Like they get wine with their white wine with it and cheese and crackers. Like, listen, little things like that that don't cost anything matter.
They do.
Y'all are so
All right.
dope.
All right. Let's go to
When we
Dr.
showed up-
LaFera. Dr. LaFera, how are you going to add on demand to what you offer? How are you going to add that into your business model?
I was thinking with the product side, so this weekend I started claiming that I'm a corporate wellness speaker and
Ooh,
helping
come on
women to optimize their health naturally so that they can get, the transformation. But I'm working on it, the end part. But
Okay.
my product side, what you said about making a subscription based.
Mhm.
I want to add, like if they spend a certain amount with me, then I will give them like a quarterly makeup class at like $97. And so that's one. And then on the service side, I'm thinking about like maybe 30-minute like pick my brain sessions to help them to get their hormones balanced, or get their energy up or something like that. Or I could do like what you just mentioned, some type of detox, give them a subscription to some type of detox to help them, with their health. But I'm just thinking about that just now, hearing you talking, trying to put something like that together.
I love all of that. I do. And I'm going to tell you, Dr. LaFera, with you being a medical professional, licensed medical professional, that consult with you is going to be awesome. I would rather have a consult with you quarterly about my well-being than a makeup class quarterly. Because once you give me one makeup class, I probably ain't coming back for no makeup class, right? I'm not encouraged by the makeup class. But being able to check in with you on my health on some level, not necessarily like you're my primary care physician, right?
Right.
But
I'm your coach
perspective.
because I'm going to tell you what
right?
they're not going to tell you.
Yes.
Because they don't have time.
Exactly. Love it. Love it. And even things like some people don't even know what to talk to their doctors about as they're over 40 and experiencing things, right? So you can kind of tell them, hey, it sounds like this, but talk to your doctor about this, right? So I think those quarterly wellness, living your best life checks will be the best thing, because I would sign up for that over a makeup class.
Okay.
Cool beans. All right. Heather, how are you going to add on demand to your business model?
Good morning, everyone. So I'm going to break up the writing program because right now it's 8 weeks. So I'll break that up into sessions. And then I added so true story. And I am actually can't believe I'm going to say this out loud because I can't wait to see your face and Therese. But I put micro strategy sessions on my website and got a sign up sheet, but forgot to do the pay link that goes with it.
Interesting. So you just don't want money. All right.
That's all I'm gonna say. I knew that was gonna be.
Just all I'm gonna say. So yeah, that needs to be priority one. So I like that. I like that. Dr. Tachi, how are you gonna add on demand? Like, look, you are in the industry of on demand for real, for real. So you want to tell us how you about to implement that thing?
Why, sure I will. Good morning. So this is the interesting thing. You were talking about subscriptions before, and I was like, okay, this is perfect. And one of the reasons that Indie Soup is going with an ad partnership, ads and partnerships and sponsorships with brands is because subscriptions, as you said, are the first thing that goes. They're the first things that go when people don't have money. And therefore, all you have to do is look at all of the major streamers and the fact now that they also have ad-supported subscription plans, not just because subscriptions are too volatile to depend on that for your entire business strategy, because that's putting the livelihood of your business in the hands of the consumer. So you have to have another way to do that. So that's one of the main reasons I decided to go with that. And that doesn't mean subscriptions can't also be a thing in the future, but that's not the main thing at all. So part of the platform will have an on-demand part of it. Now, the on-demand, the advertising video on demand is free in a sense because it's going to be supported by advertising. But part of that will also be becoming a pay-per-view. So artists that are on the platform can decide that they want to have something that they want behind the paywall, and they can do it as a pay-per-view. Now, how does that benefit us? Because we get a percentage of that pay-per-view money. So it's different content than they would have on the free part of it, and they can decide that they want to do that, so that it will be a pay-per-view. The second thing is the courses. So there are courses that are going to be offered through Indie Soup Learn, which is a part of the channel as well, the network as well. So people can do a bundle of courses, right, and get several courses, or they can pay per course, which is like a la carte. So then there's also the ability to charge, oh, well, if you bought this one, you can get this one, and albeit probably an older course, for like X amount off, that type of thing, to make it attractive to get more than one course. So those are some of the ways that I'm going to be using on demand for Indie Soup.
Love it, love it, love it. Thank you, Dr. Tachi. And so hopefully that spurred some inspiration for people too. Kimberly, I know you're at the Dream Funder, so put it in the comments. How are you going to add on demand to your business model? Dewana, how are you going to add on demand to your business model? Let's see if Dewana can come off the mic. I probably caught her off guard. Let's go to Cheryl. Cheryl, you're available to come off the mic and tell us how are you going to add on demand to your business model?
Good morning, everybody. This is so apropos because this is what I was doing last night and over the weekend, is that I'm doing a course, and we're in our third session, and I decided that I'm going to take it off Clubhouse and put it on Zoom, and then make it available where they can just buy the course. And instead of it being an all-inclusive, I'm breaking it down into 3 parts. So you can buy part 1, that deals with writing, and then, the other 2 parts, they're all separate. You can get what you want. What Dr. Tachi said about the bundle is absolutely incredible, because I'm bundling books that go along with that. So they can, and if they get it off Amazon, it'll be gift with a purchase. If they get it off of the website, then you can bundle the different types of books. There's going to be 12 books in the series. So that's what I'm doing.
Love it. I love it. Kimberly said that her goal for the week is to evaluate all of her subscriptions and cancel non-priority and downgrade to free accounts. See y'all. And then she said she's also going to use cards with her foot care line as an added bonus. I love that. Then she says, I'm also adding little card. Oh, she said that again, as added bonus with a bundle offer on the card. So I love all of that, y'all. Now, this is what I'm going to say as a warning to us service providers that are chopping up our programs, chopping up our courses, chopping up our services. Okay. And that is, make sure that people qualify for some of this stuff they're trying to jump in on that will be in the middle of a full project, a full program, or a full consultation. So you need to do assessments. Okay. Don't just allow people to say, oh, I only need Again, go back to our content when we said you need to be like a doctor. You need to assess them and then prescribe what they need, right? Or what's going to happen is you trying to let them do on demand is going to backfire, because for them to really get their money's worth, or for you to get a testimonial, or for them to deem it valuable, they really should have started somewhere else, or they have to have certain things in place. So don't be afraid to tell people as a part of your description, it is assumed that you whatever. So tell them the assumptions, tell them the requirements, tell them the prerequisites, tell them they have to go through an assessment and this is what they have to have. All of those things, right? Because what I'm going to tell you is, in my line of work, the main thing why people aren't at their first 6 figures is because they're skipping over being clear, and they're skipping over structure to go straight to strategies. So I cannot allow people to come to me talk about strategies, because that's why they're not successful with all the other things they're doing. They're not clarified, they're not structured, right? So if I'm going to allow them to skip, I need to tell them this is how you graduate, or this is what being clarified looks like. And we're going to assume you are. This is what structure looks like. We're going to assume that you're structured, right? And then let them know we're going to assess your structure before you can pay this. Or you might have to go back over here. And guess what? If you don't want to do that, I'm okay with you not being my client. Because at the end of the day, what we know is people will say your stuff don't work when they just didn't work. Okay? So don't forget that portion of it. And today was great, y'all. That was great. This is going to be a good week. So this week, again, we're talking about, change. How making our money has been changing. All the climate of making money is changing for us in 2023, and it's only going to go bananas in 2024. So all month long, I'm going to be getting you ready for 2024 beyond business planning. If you still need business planning, go to shaycannon.com/planning and go ahead and get the replay of the business planning session, because we made it so easy. All you need is the replay. Okay. All right, guys, have a great day. The studio is closing in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See you tomorrow. Have a great day.